it looks. All right, so Malaise Mignon, welcome back to my podcast. And by my podcast, I mean my podcast. My name is Henri. This is my buddy Milz.
That's
and
me.
We're here with the Macbeef-Banquet podcast, episode number 2.
Of the 52.
52, episode number 52 of the first season.
Second season.
Episode 50. Wait, there's not 52 episodes in the new season. We've only done 2 in the new season.
I guess it would be episode 2
of season 2.
of season 2.
52 altogether.
50, but we just call them because. Shut up. Okay, what do we watch, Henry?
We watched a movie, and it was called The Sort of Great Silence.
El Grande Silencio.
The Grande Silencio. And it was all in Italian, I think, was the language they were speaking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really a languagist.
A linguist. Italian. It says Italian right on Google, so.
Wait, Italian what? Like sausage?
No, Italian language.
What about the Italian language?
The Italian language they spoke.
The Italian language that they spoke was what? Italian?
Italy.
Italy. They spoke Italy.
They spoke Italy.
They spoke Italy.
Okay, what is your opinion on the film?
I really liked it, Milz. It felt a lot like a Western.
Dude, that's probably because it was
a spaghetti Western. Even though there wasn't any spaghetti in it, it was still a spaghetti Western, which was really good. Mm-hmm. No, the visuals were great. I loved it from start to finish. I thought it was really interesting. I liked, I guess, I don't know. I mean, spoiler alert, if for some reason you haven't seen it, maybe you just don't have Canopy or not, I don't know. But I'm going to spoil the ending real quick for you, so, log off if you don't want to know. But, essentially, I like that it was a tragedy, sort of, at the end, where, the bad guys won, if you will. And it was kind of interesting that they tacked on that little bit about bounty killers being, sort of looked down upon after that point.
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, yeah,
just because of... and I just thought it was kind of cool that they were talking about that, and sort of that was what the focus was just on that whole, they're sort of on the side of the law, technically, but, they're not really doing it for the right reasons. Mm-hmm. And so it really kind of shows that there's morality is kind of a gray area sometimes. Mm-hmm. So it's you got these selfish guys who are just, in it for the money or whatever, and, kill even if they don't need to, and then sometimes outlaws can be innocent, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And then it just kind of ends poorly, kind of interesting. But what do you think of it?
I really enjoyed it. Pretty much the same thing. I really liked that it was not a cookie cutter Western ending, or cookie cutter Western in general, I guess, too. Mm-hmm. Because I think all of the Western films that I've seen, the heroes always win.
Right.
So I think it's good to have diversity within Western specifically, because I may have not seen a lot of Westerns, like all of them, obviously, but
right. But
I think I have a good idea, and I do like Westerns as a genre. Yeah, I find them very enjoyable.
And they're very fun to watch. Honestly, I mean, just the adventure and sort of the style is just very interesting. And there was, what was it? When they're in the bar / gambling area,
the saloon.
And the saloon. Yeah, can remember the word for it. And what was his name? Loco.
Yeah.
Is gambling or whatever, and then you see that shot just of each of the people at the table. I was like, that's great. It reminds me of Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, when you just see the tight shots on their eyes, sort of thing.
Yeah.
You can definitely. It's very easy to, I think, set up tension in these kinds of movies, in westerns, and I think they did that well here as well. I really liked the gun that
Mm-hmm.
Silencio was using. It was kind of a different style
A
than the rest of them.
Mauser is what it's called, wasn't it? Mauser.
Indeed, I think so. Yeah, that sounds right. Since when are you into guns, Miles?
I'm looking at images of the movie, and it was like one of the categories on the top.
Gotcha.
So I just, yeah.
I mean, I guess that makes sense considering those guns you have for arms. Am I right, Miles?
And also the ones I have in my home, all of them, all 50.
I thought you were gonna say the ones I have in my pants.
The gun that I hold in my pants.
I'm just gonna be like, what was his name? Cheddar from 8 Mile, when he's like got the gun in his pants and he shoots.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, trying to think. What else did you think about it?
I actually have a question for you. Did you see the because Canopy also had like this like bonus feature kinda?
Yes,
I
I
don't know.
haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
But my buddy and I were talking about it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I did watch that like 14-minute or whatever little. It was just the not the director but a director discussing the history of the film.
Sure.
And I don't know. It was really interesting actually because he mentioned that the character Loco actually like if you hear them say it, they say Tigreiro, which means little tiger. So they just kind of called the character Loco for English audiences.
Sure.
Which kind of makes sense
sort of
because
easier.
little tiger does not sound menacing.
Right.
I just thought that was thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's I mean, and that makes sense too, just for audiences. Yeah, just to make it easier to understand and go along with. They're trying to set a very specific, I think, atmosphere, and yeah, Little Tiger would just totally throw that off, just entirely. Trying to think if there was anything else that stood out to me.
I liked both of the main actors. They were both really good. Klaus Kinski, who played Loco / Tigreiro or whatever. Then I think Jean-Louis Tringant is his name for Silence, who played Silence. He did a really good job, especially considering it's a non-speaking role. So
Right.
I think I really do appreciate the work actors put in. I know it's like you could say less work, but it's more work because you have to convey emotions a lot better. And I don't know. I just think I do appreciate when actors play mute roles.
Right. Yeah, no, I like that too, because it's like they have to show a lot more than they can just tell. And I mean, it's honestly a better experience anyway, because it's like, I think the best movies will show something instead of just telling someone like, hey, this is my backstory, this is why I'm here, this is my thing, or whatever. And it's like, instead they show stuff. And like we saw his backstory with, as a kid, his family was shot to death, and then he was silenced by this, corrupt sort of officer, and then that makes sense why he's sort of.
I don't think he was a sheriff. I think he was just had like a fake one or something, in my opinion. But I don't know.
Okay, I mean, I could see that
because he just kind of threw it away. Like I don't know what that was about.
He did, yeah. Oh yeah, that would make sense. I mean, either way, it would still make sense that he's sort of against the law, or sort of not against the law, but like he has a disdain for like bounty killers and stuff like that. It's, any sort of corrupt sort of system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace to my man, the sheriff. They totally did him dirty.
Yeah.
I was laughing at that a little bit because I was like, I actually messaged my buddy about it because he was the one that recommended the movie to me, and I was like, how the hell did this guy stash a gun exactly where they were gonna go? What? I mean, obviously he was shown as someone who really had things planned out, but still, I was like, really?
And he also had stashed a gun earlier when he was grabbing that body, and he's like, "Hey, stop here. I got more luggage for you to carry on," and he just like shoved the gun. I wonder if that was the same gun. It wasn't. It wasn't the same spot, but it looked like the same gun, in my opinion.
Right. I mean, it's very possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was just curious about when, like, the timeline, or like when exactly he had time to stash it, and how he knew too. I mean, maybe just is careful enough for just be ready for any situation. I don't know, but yeah, interesting.
Wow, dude! Google lists this movie as being released in 2012.
In Finland?
In New York, actually.
Oh. Oh, wow. So it came out in 2012.
Wow. The movie does not look like it was made in 2012, I'll tell you that much.
No. Honestly. I think you could really tell they were going for an older style.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. There's like other stuff from the little bonus feature that was really interesting. Like there was two other endings to the film.
Okay. Sure.
One was where the sheriff comes in and saves everyone. And the other one was the bounty killers just let the quote unquote bandits just let them go. So
okay.
I don't know.
I can see. I mean, okay. I mean, yeah. I was curious about if the sheriff was going to come back at all.
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't, and similarly, I'm glad that I can see why they wouldn't go with the other ending as well, because it feels, at that point I think they had established the characters of the bounty killers or bounty hunters, you know, and I think at that point it would have seemed really inorganic to have them just let him go.
Yeah.
Especially for all that money, you know. He went to all that trouble of just collecting, you know, he, like, earlier on, Loco was like, you know, he's only worth $500, but take what you can get, right? You know, so it's like, if it would have felt very, I don't know, manufactured, I think. Yeah. So I don't know about you, if you agree or not, but I think that I can see why they wouldn't go with those endings.
No, I do agree. I think I prefer the more pessimistic ending, more depressing one.
Right.
There's something else I want to
especially if it's sort of based on, like, you know, that time and the decline of bounty hunters as a thing. I have a question. If you could choose, what would your bounty hunter name be?
I got it.
What's that?
Cumslinger.
Mine would be, I think mine would be, I'd probably make it, something like the vampire, cause like I'm so white
and you suck
that like it just reflects in the sun. Yeah.
No, the thing I was gonna mention was so the bandit killers at the end.
Yeah.
That Loco recruits. They were or Tigrero, whatever you want. I'm just gonna call him Loco.
Loco, yeah.
One of them was the brother of the husband of Pauline. Correct? Like, so Pauline's ex-brother-in-law, I guess you could call him. Because Loco was like, silence killed your brother,
right,
or whatever. Yeah. So by that logic, then shouldn't that guy have known who Pauline was and been like, what the like, you know, because I don't know if it was the same guy, but it was the guy with like the with like the weird eye.
With the red.
Looked like he was regretting his decision to side with Loco, but still killed all of them anyway. I don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't sure if it was, because I thought, you know, I think you're right. It was the brother of Pauline's husband, but I wasn't sure if it was like it was him or if it was maybe one of the people that Silencio had actually killed at the beginning. Because yeah, it was like he didn't seem to. Or yeah, he didn't really seem to
recognize her.
recognize her.
Because I don't think the brother and the guy with the weird eye was the same person. I think I'm pretty sure that they were two different people. But it was just interesting why, like, the brother, number one, didn't realize who Pauline was, and two, the other guy was looking forlorn. I don't think that's a word. I feel like I've used it before.
Forlorn.
Forlorn. Sure. Whatever.
Think so.
Sorlorn. What the fuck? See it.
Sirloin? Like steak?
Sorlor.
Looking like a thick cut.
I love how I just make up words.
It's just, yeah, it'd be funny if we just like start throwing random words into things, you know.
Mm-hmm. Sorlorn is not a word. It's I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it is. But yeah, that was weird. Polycut was a weirdo.
Polycut, yeah. That was I agree. It was very weird. I thought it was very weird that they put the whole like him taking advantage of Pauline like scene in there.
Yeah.
I was just like, why? Like, why? I don't know. I mean, I get that, you know, he's like into her or whatever, and you know, there's some weird history there and whatnot, but like, I don't know. I felt like it was a very weird spot to put it in the movie.
They probably used it as a way to make him the bad guy.
Right.
One of the bad guys, anyway.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the Silence has to shoot him.
Yeah.
So.
And and that was the thing too. Is that like, you know, I was also thinking that, you know, because it was a tragedy at the end, that maybe, you know, that it would sort of soften that sort of kind of monotonous feel at the end with like he, you know, they got one bad guy, you know, right, or something. They took care of one person at least. They didn't, you know, just die for nothing or whatever. But they actually killed Polycut or something maybe, just to sort of soften the depressing ending. But
yeah,
no, it was just really good.
Yeah, it says I'm looking on IMDb, and it says that guy was the fake sheriff in flashback. So yeah, he wasn't a real sheriff.
Okay, so it wasn't real. Okay,
he wasn't even real. They dreamed it. It was all just a dream.
His parents cut his throat. It was all just a...
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, even the alternate endings are on Wikipedia, by the way.
Oh, very cool.
So there's the happy ending and there's the ambiguous ending. They're the two different ways. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know. It was good. Really recommend it because it's a classic Western film that I've honestly never heard of before this, but I wish I had, because it's good.
Yeah. It was indeed quite interesting. Yeah, no, it was really good. I was glad. I'm glad it was recommended to me. Mm-hmm. Very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Before I mention what movie we're going to be watching for next week, I wanted to mention something else that... So as you know, I've been watching a lot of anime. And I watched one. I started watching one. I finished the first season. There's still one more season. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. But I thought you might like it because it's called Kakegurui. Kakegurui.
I think I've heard of that. Hold on.
And it's essentially about gambling. It's a gambling high school.
Oh yeah, okay. I have heard of this. Yes.
And I got like serious like Animal World vibes from it. Although everyone's like a little bit insane, so I mean that's also something to consider. I'd say if you like the first, like, try the first episode. If you like it, maybe stick with it because it's good.
Yeah, I mean I like anime, so I'm an anime person.
But yeah, everyone's like a little bit off their rocker.
Was Animal World based on anything? I want to say
it was based on a manga. Yeah.
Manga. Yeah. Okay.
But I don't think it was the same name.
It wasn't. That's the same as this. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Kakigori is very similar. They even actually in the first episode of Kakigori, they do something very similar to Animal World with the rock paper scissors.
Sure.
So, not to spoil it, but spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. This podcast contains
spoilers. Oh yeah, and also I mean this is not related, but Devilman Crybaby. I watched Devilman Crybaby. That's really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's
another Netflix original. Well, not original, but essentially Netflix buys the rights, I think, to show it on American Netflix. So, still, that is a good one as well.
Pretty solid.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll stop talking about that.
All things considered.
Okay, so the movie we're going to be watching for next week is on Hulu. Let me check to make sure it's not on anything else.
It's on Tubi.
Dude, how did you know?
Because I am all-seeing and all-knowing.
Really? That's hot. So this movie came out last year, and I've been wanting to watch it because it looked good. Let me check on Canopy just in case. Before I go spitting out straight facts.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Okay, no. It's only on Hulu. I think it just came out on Hulu because I'm awesome.
Sure.
It's called, sorry for all the suspense, but it's called The Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh man, I have not seen this yet. I'm glad we get to watch this.
I know. I've been waiting to see this. It looks so good.
Nice.
I know my mom saw it because she told me I told her to watch it, and she did because she just rents from the library, but that's probably a lot faster than how quickly we get to movies. But I saw the trailer for this and it looked good, so I am excited to see this.
Very cool.
As it seemingly you are, as it seems that you are as well. So.
Yeah, no, I never actually got around to seeing it, and I wanted to as well. Like, it was one of those that just sort of I just missed it. Like it was on my radar. I just forgot about it.
Interesting. It's almost like you're just repeating exactly what I said.
Actually, no, Miles, I don't repeat what you said. Okay, I repeat exactly what I said.
Okay, cool.
Wait, no, that's what you just said.
Yeah. Okay. So, next week, watch The Peanut Butter Falcon. Do it or die.
Do it or don't. We don't care.
I said die.
We know you're not listening.
All right. I don't.
Spoiler alert, this podcast contains spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
This is like the most awkward ending we've had.
No, dude. This is the most awkward ending we've had.
No, dude. This just keeps going back and forth. No, dude. This is the awkwardest ending we've ever had. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to end this one, Miles. What do you call a platypus with no, what do you call a vehicle that transports platypuses?
I don't know.
A platypus.